Hello, my beautiful YouTube family. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy 4th of July. So glad to be here. I'm so glad to be able to wish you guys a happy 4th. Guys, I am at home today, all day on the 4th. Now, I did cook, and I did my famous dessert, actually. Um, that I do every single year. I've been making it for about 20 years, probably longer. And the reason I'm at home, okay, guys, so let's roll this back. So, where I just moved from, which I've been for years in my other location, they did fireworks in multiple areas all around me. So I would literally grab a margarita or a glass of wine or something and go sit out literally on my patio, kick my feet up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and just watch fireworks for about a half hour, literally right outside my door. I never even had to leave. That was so awesome. Well, not so much where I have moved. So guys, check this out. I have been sitting at home all day in my studio, working in my studio on the bead mat, creating beautiful things. And you know what? That's okay, because there's no other place, I tell you, that I would rather be than my happy place right here. So I hope you guys are enjoying some festivities where you are, and some pretty sparklers and what have you. But guys, back to what I was saying. Oh my word. So where I have moved, which is basically the greater Los Angeles region, is, guys, they literally canceled everything for the 4th of July. The entire southern region, and I think it goes even all the way down to San Diego and all the way up even to like Santa Barbara, like just the whole Southern California area, because of the ice raids. I'm not getting political on my channel, but that's the reason, guys, is that insanity. So because of, you guys probably see it's been going on in the news now. It's just, I'm not even gonna get into it. There's just craziness going on in Los Angeles right now. They have canceled everything, like for the kids, even the little fun things that would go on in the parks and the parades, all the fireworks shows, all the little fun activities and things like that. That go on in all of our communities, guys. That's what they did here. They canceled pretty much everywhere. It's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I don't get any sparklers or anything pretty in the sky to look at tonight, so I'll just sit here in my studio. So that's what I'm up to, my friends. At any rate, I hope you guys were able to see some pretty sparklers and fireworks where you are. I know this is going up late for many of you on the East Coast, but you know what? That's okay, because I'm doing some red, white, and blue, and I didn't do anything like this last year on the 4th. I don't even actually know what I did last year. I actually can't even remember what I did last weekend, you guys. Anyway, I've got red, white, and blue going, so we're going to make some fun projects. I hope you guys will beat along with me and enjoy this at any rate. We're going to make a fun double strand bracelet and a pair of cute little teardrop earrings, and we're going to make our own ear wires too. So that's what I'm up to, guys. Oh my goodness. So here's what I got going on. I'll zoom you in. I've got a lot of situations happening here. Here's little earrings I made. They're just precious and cute. So just something so simple, you guys. I just made a simple little, we'll make the other pair together. Just a simple little pair of teardrops with a cute little dangle there, red, white, and blue. They're just so cute. They're so simple and darling. Just something little fun, silly little pair of earrings. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, but they're cute nonetheless. And I have these amazing red barrel beads. And guys, by the way, I just sent out an email like a week ago that these are back in stock, and I actually have them in a couple of colors. These are beautiful. These barrel crystals with that gold wash, and I love that gold on that silver. So I'm digging that. So I did just get these back in stock, if you are interested in those beads. Anyway, what I'm doing in my bracelet here, friends, is something so fun. So I'm doing a link bracelet, making my own components, just doing some simple loops and some simple wire wrapping with those barrel crystals, and then these barrel crystals that I just got these in. Oh my gosh, you guys, they are so beautiful. And look at these cute little star links I have. I don't know if I have any of these left in my store. You can check, but they're so cute. They're 304 stainless steel. I'm using some nice 22. I think I'm in I think I'm in 20 gauge. I'm using 20 gauge wire, but it's tarnish resistant, and I'm just connecting everything together on that strand. And then the other strand, I'm using some of my favorite soft flex beading wire. It is in this beautiful powder blue, and I'm just doing a cute red, white, and blue pattern. I've got some cherry bicones, some frosted white drukes, some check drukes there, and then some 4mm blue rondelles. And I just did a red, white, and blue pattern. I did a beaded loop, and we're gonna finish the other side the same. And then I'm putting that beaded loop right on this fun starling chain that I have. Isn't this so cute? I love this Starlink chain. So we're going to have quite a bit of chain, or not quite a bit, maybe about that much or so. And so we've got a couple of components left to make on my bracelet. We'll finish up the beaded loop here, and then we'll pop over to the earrings. So, friends, what I'm doing, let's finish up this before I lose my beads. I did not grab a bead stopper. So, here is basically what I did is, I think 9. I'm using some 11.0 Tohos in cobalt there to do my beaded loop. So I'm going to throw on a crimp here, and we'll put, I think I did 9. We'll put 9 of these Tohos on here. We'll finish up this portion of the bracelet. And then we'll do finish up a couple of the links. Super fun. I just was thinking of something, like, what can I do? Yeah, guys, like, I was so bummed when I saw that on the news earlier this week. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, really? Rude? You canceling the 4th of July? Like, I mean, honestly. I'm sorry, guys. I digress. I cannot. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. Okay, I got 9. I mean, really? I'm sorry. It's just it's absolutely absurd to me. I cannot. So I don't know, but you know what? That's okay. I have salvaged my day. Oh, with just oh my goodness, so much fun sparkle and beading I've been creating, coming up with some designs for seashores. Oh my gosh. I mean, can't go wrong sitting on my bead mat, right? So all is good anyway. Okay, so I guess that's going to work out just fine. Now, hold on, guys. I'm not sure what am I going to do. So I know I've got my chain on this side, right? So then I guess we would need a clasp over here, wouldn't we? Which, by the way, is right here. I've also got some jump rings. I've got some ovals, and I have a 6mm round, but I have this cool magnetic clasp. And I think maybe what I want to do is, perhaps, what would I like to do? Maybe I want to have this, like some chain extender on that, and then maybe we will just clasp this guy to the beaded loop. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let me see if it'll fit. I had to stop and remember, what in the world are you doing? Well, this is a little bit of a tiny lobster clasp, but I have a solution for that. I can grab a bigger one. So that's what we'll do. We'll just go ahead and close this up, guys, and I'll use this as my closure. Yeah, because we're going to have a double bracelet, so I'm going to need a little bit bigger of a lobster. So I'll put a bigger lobster on that side. I'm looking for something, magical crimpers. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll crimp that off. So guys, did you guys cook? Did you barbecue? What'd you do? So what I did, friends, was, maybe ever so careful to not crack anything here. I did make my famous baked beans. My barbecue is actually still in storage. I don't know why. I did not put that on the truck. But my grill, my awesome Coleman grill, is sitting in my storage unit. And so I wasn't able to barbecue, but that's okay because we can still make yummy things in the oven. So I made my famous baked beans, which, by the way, I'm just saying, they are famous. They are just to die. And so I did make my baked beans, and I made my, this dessert that I make, guys. Oh my, I need to post this recipe for any of you that love to bake. I'm gonna, okay, this has gotta go over here, and then we're gonna get to this. So I'll talk about that in a second. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just making my own component. So I left this side open. I have a Starlink over here that needs a red bead, and I had stopped right here because I wanted to finish the rest with you guys. So I need to add a link now. So let's do that real quick. I'll tell you about my fun dessert. Love that dessert. So I just started my loop here. I'm gonna open that guy up, add my Starlink right down that wire, let that drop into my loop, and I'm actually gonna grab a different pair of pliers there. And I'm gonna close that and just wrap that around. And I'm doing like 2.5 or so wraps here. Okay, we'll trim that. And tuck that guy in. And I did want to make sure that my loops are facing down. And they are. Okay, good. Okay, so now we've got that. So now I need to add a blue bead here. So I am going to grab some of my 20 gauge wire here. And I'll just straighten that out a little bit with my nylon jaw. And we just need a little piece. And we'll just, been using my bail making. I've been using this first step. And we'll just make a simple loop here. And then I'll straighten that out. And then I'll go ahead and open that up. And then we will slide the other link on here. And now this is my last bead on this side, so I can close up the other side. So we'll just get a couple of clean, I've been doing clean wraps, attempting to anyway. And I'll just squeeze that together a little bit. And then we will trim and tuck, trim and tuck. And then I'll, guys, here's another interesting thing too. When I'm doing my loops, isn't it strange that in order to tuck in my burr, I usually cannot do it without a bead on there? Isn't that interesting? Do you guys have that? Do you guys do that too? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I can't seem to get any leverage unless then I have it against a bead. And I'm always careful to not crack my beads, but yeah, it's like, it's weird. Like, I need a bead in order to close my loops. And they are going the right direction, okay. And so now this side, I can go ahead and close this loop up because that'll be the end. But I do also want to add some chain before I close this loop. So I'm gonna make sure my loops are going the same direction here. Okay. And I'm going to add that Starlink chain on this end. I could make a straight loop. Okay, so let's pop that open. And now I've got a ton of chain. So I didn't cut anything yet. I'm just gonna grab the other side of this chain. I'm gonna slide that star down there so everything is connected. So that helps me eliminate a jump ring on each of those sides. So that's ducky. And just gonna wrap that around. That was a terrible wrap. Let me fix that. There we go. A little better. So guys, I make this really fun dessert, and it's like so delicious. You think it's really, really sweet, but it's not. It's basically a graham cracker crust, and you know, I just make it all from scratch with graham crackers and the butter, right, to make your base. And then I slice bananas and put that all over the graham cracker crust. And then I put a layer of Cool Whip, which really cuts the sweetness. It's so good. And then on top of the Cool Whip, it's a terrible loop. I'm just fixing that, guys. I then put, like, it's such a fun, like, 4th of July and like a Labor Day type of fun summer dessert, because you can make it red, white, and blue, but you can use any berries. You know, you can put strawberries, whatever. I am allergic to strawberries, actually, so I don't use strawberries anymore, but I'll put, like, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, cherries, whatever, and just dot it on top of the Cool Whip. It's like 4 or 5 ingredients, and you just let it cool in the fridge for like hours, and that's all there is to it. It's the yummiest thing. So I made my famous 4th of July dessert, and then my baked beans, and had some corn. I did not have any meat. I didn't feel like any meat today. It was a little warm. But that's what I had. So this is what this is shaping up to look like. So we have our chain on each side there. Now, let's finish up this side of my bracelet and see. Yeah, I think we need the 1 barrel. That should work out perfect. And then I think we will close that loop off. So we'll grab another piece of wire and make our final link here. So yeah, so I just, you know, did that, and then been working in the studio, creating, cleaning, organizing. I've been feeling very productive, but that really makes me happy, because that's been needing to be done. So I'm really happy about that. Oops. And I'm also flinging things, friends. Don't mind me. Oh my word. Okay, that was my little trash, but okay. We're gonna fling things and oh my goodness gracious, guys, golly. Okay, back where everybody belongs. Okay, Wonderbar. Okay, crank that open. I'm gonna put that on my last little star there. So, did you guys do some cooking or some baking? Did you barbecue? Go to the beach? Go to the pool? Just rest and relax? What'd you guys do? Love to hear. Love to hear what you guys been up to. Today, is it warm? I'm sure it is. Probably warm in most of the country, I feel. So, anyway. Alright, we will trim that. And then I will put my last bead on. So there's my last red barrel. And again, you know, I've got to tuck in my burr. But for some weird reason, I need leverage. I'm careful not to crack my beads. I don't know that I've ever cracked one yet. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Another fun trick, guys, is if you've got some crimpers, these are my Zuron, use the crimping part of your pliers if you have the multi like I do, or just your regular crimpers, your good old faithfuls. That's really helpful to tuck in your burrs, by the way, if you didn't already know that fun trick. It's a fun trick. And are my loops going the right way? Almost. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and just close this guy off. And so I am going to put my loop the same direction. So I'm gonna put that right on top of my bead, up and around, over, straighten that out. And we'll just wrap that guy up. It's been a long time, guys, since I've done like multiple projects. We can also consider this a Friday Night Frolic. Do you guys remember? I haven't done Friday Night Frolics in so long. So we can also consider this a Friday Night Frolic fun day. So I like that a whole lot better. Okay, now let's figure out, well, that's a whole lot longer, but that's okay, because then we will have chain that is 2 different lengths. Let me see that this is going to go through. Yeah. Yep, that's going to be cool. That's going to be fun. So let's see what we're going to do here, guys, before we get over to the earrings. So we are going to go, let me get these guys out of my way. Okay, so we're going to go with 2 links of chain, excuse me, which is pretty cool anyway. Let's see what's happening here. Now, look at that. So really, this one here does not even need any chain. Look at that. That one goes all the way around, much longer. This one will be about right there. Okay, so let me get rid of that. So this for sure is going to end right here. Okay, so that's that guy. Now, here's another cool thing that we could actually do. We could actually wrap this link chain around and make it like a triple strand. Ha ha. Yeah, we could. I don't see why we can't. It might just be too cute that it needs that. Uh-huh. Look at that, guys. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Let's do it. And then let's see where you would end. And then this guy, just make it the same. Right there, I feel. Well, look at that. I had a bright idea. I had a bright idea, guys. I actually like that. That's really cute. I don't think I've quite done something like that before. That's, well, okay. Not mad at it. Ha. That's what happens, guys. You know, sometimes where I think I'm going, I end up somewhere else. That's okay. We're still making beautiful things. And that's perfectly fine. And then we have the clasp, which will then easily attach over here on the beaded loop, as well as that link of chain right there. There we go. That is so cute. Love that. Love it. And now we've got the magnetic situation to get involved. Even another option yet. I can get it on there. Oh my gosh. What just happened? He just came off. Let's fix that. So that's what I love about these clasps is that you can use this or you can use the magnet part. So let's put it on like that. And now let's put it on just because it's so pretty. There we go, guys. That's what we made. Isn't that pretty? That just worked out. It sure did. Looks so cute. Okay, let's do some earrings. Okay. We made a red, white, and blue festive bracelet. Loving that. And for the earrings, guys, just did a really simple teardrop with some craft wire and my little dangle here with an ball and head pin, excuse me. So let's just feed that down, and let me grab 2 beads that I forgot here. So I've got a check droop and then one of my cute little blue gradient rondelles here. They're so pretty. Love those. And then we'll just do a simple loop. And let's see here. So I'll just put that there. We'll do a right bend. We will trim off using our finger as a guide. And roll in a simple loopy loop. And then I'm going to grab my bail making. And I'm going to show you what I did. Also, we'll do some ear wires. Let's make sure that's closed. Okay. So what I did, guys, was I grabbed probably a small, like around, we don't need much, like, you know, I don't know what that is, about a 5-inch piece, I suppose. We will grab our, making so much noise. I am just making so much noise on the side of me, guys, because I still can't find my tool organizer, by the way. So I've got, like, I don't even know how many tools next to me. They're just all piled on top of each other. Sorry for that, guys. We'll trim that off, and I will flush cut that side and that. And then, friends, I just grabbed my bail making. I'm using the largest step. I'm going to put my wire in there. And I'm just going to hug my wire around that largest step, making a little simple teardrop here. And then we will cross them over each other here. Kind of like that. Something like that. And that gives us our shape. I remove my bail making and make sure that's straight because we need to feed our little toe hose down. So I put on my little component here. We'll let him get down the wire there. And then on each of my wires here, I'm going to feed on. Oh, that's a dud. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the other wire, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 and 10. And then down the other wire, I will do the same. So I did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, there's that. And let me get these guys put away. Okay, and then, guys, what I did is, I'll zoom in a little bit. So then what I did, guys, is I just kind of hold it right there at the intersection, and then just grab a pair of chain nose, and we're just going to take one side and bend it straight up, and then one side, the other side here, we're going to basically just bend it straight. And then I'm going to take that and wrap that around the other wire here a couple times. Doesn't matter how many. I think I did like 3. And then let's get those pushed together. So just go in there with your chain nose, and then we'll just gently squeeze our wraps together there. Okay, and we'll get rid of the rest of that wire that we just used to wrap around. And I'll tuck it in a little bit. I'm not too worried about it because we're gonna cover it up in a minute. Okay, and now I'm going to take this wire, and I did use the smallest portion of my bail, and we will go, well, wait, I make my loop this way. So we will go up and around, and again, just do a simple wire wrap loop here and fill up the space. We'll fill up the rest of that space with that wire right there. So it's like 1, 2. That's about it. And maybe I need one more wrap. I see a little gap right there. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, and then we're gonna make some ear wires. Trim that, and then we'll tuck everything in. Straighten everything out. Super, super simple. Little cute pair of festive earrings. Really, really basic. But that's okay. We can be basic. We can be basic. There we go. Super cute, right? So we are gonna make some ear wires now. Same thing, guys. I'm gonna grab some wire. Let me straighten out a piece here, and then I'll cut it in half. I like to make my ear wires at the same time, friends, so that they turn out the same. So we'll cut that there, and then I'm gonna grab my bail making, and oh, I guess I'll cut it in half like I just said. And now I will also flush cut. Sorry about that, guys. I just went 2 steps ahead. I will flush cut that and flush cut both sides of these wires here. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me on the 4th. I hope you guys have enjoyed and are inspired. And we did something festive. Yay! It makes me happy. I'm actually going to make these a little bit more even, actually, guys, is what I'm gonna do. Because I'm supposed to be a professional. So there we go. I'm gonna flush cut. There we go. I'm gonna flush cut both sides just because I feel like, there we go. Okay, and so you can make really any size ear wires. I'm gonna go with that second to the smallest section of my bail, since these are a little smaller of an earring, and make any kind of earring wire we want, really. I'm gonna put that right around the center of my wire there. About right there, friends. And then I'm just gonna take one side of both of these wires. I'm gonna pull them around. So that's what we have. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty in scale. Okay, I'm gonna remove those, keeping them together. I am actually going to Where are they? I'm looking for my pliers. They're there. I am going to take, I'm going to trim these so these are a little shorter on this side. This is the part that's going to go through the ear. Let's make those a little smaller. We'll go about right there. And then we are going to kick the ends back just a smidge, just like that. That helps them to stay in your ear. And then we will file. So you don't want any sharp edges going through your skin. So I always file a little bit. So regular nail file will do it, guys. You don't have to buy anything fancy. But you can. If you like fancy tools, I'm not mad at you. I do not judge. I like fancy tools too. Okay, that's much better. So that's that part. And now, what do we feel like doing for an ear wire? Not sure. Let's see, guys. What shall we do? Maybe we will do maybe like a double loop. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I suppose so. We could do a double loop. I don't know. It does not matter. Maybe we'll just do a simple single loop. Maybe we'll just do a simple single loop. So if I make my loop like that, that would be the correct way. So I'm just going to kind of put my plier just on a diagonal below my ear wire there. I'm going to pull those wires up to hug my tool there. Just like that. And there we go. And now we can take them one at a time and we can trim about right there. And then we'll just pull the rest of that loop in. So there we go. Super easy, just a very basic, simple pair of ear wires. No need to do anything complicated. Very good. And we can now pop that open and slide our earrings on. There we go, guys. Yeah, I feel like this turned into almost like a Friday Frolic Fun Day. If you have not been with me any kind of time, I used to do Friday Frolic Fun Days all of the time. And I haven't done them in ages. So this just accidentally became that, where I used to do like multiple projects and hang out for like an hour. And there we go. That's super cute, guys. There's our earrings. Super cute. So yeah, I feel like this just accidentally turned into that, which that's okay too. So thanks again, you guys, for joining me today. And I hope you enjoyed and you're inspired to make something beautiful. And now we'll pop that open and slip that guy on there. And then I'm going to close that. And then what I did here, guys, was I just kind of put it towards me like this. And then I kind of just kicked it down a little bit. So it has that little bend in it. And just close that up nice. There we go. Super cute. Super, super cute. I think these are just adorable. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys have a blessed, amazing rest of your 4th of July. And we will see you tomorrow for my Sparkle Bag live premiere launch video. I hope to see you guys then. Be blessed.